Wake up, southeastern North Carolina. It's time to get back to Curtis Wright on the beat on 106.7 My Talker Radio.
He was going to take a break, and we were going to take a break, and he just can't do it. He just can't do it. This patriot just can't get off the trail. And, of course, I'm talking about former Congressman, CPA, and author Joe DioGuardi, who joins us live from New York. You just can't do it, Joe. You can't stop. You're on a mission, and you cannot stop, and you're now back from Florida.
Right.
And
well, good morning.
So good morning.
Yeah, no, I spent 3 days in Orlando, Florida with the annual convention. It's really a big training session of the Association of Government Accountants. This is one of the four big accounting groups, but these are the people who actually work at every level of government. And they gave me the honor of a keynote address in front of a very large group of people. The room was full. I prepared for it by sending down copies of my book, copies of my recent articles, a copy of HRES 545, which I've been working on for a year. That's to change the accounting system, and this is the group to tell that to, from the cash basis, that Mickey Mouse cash basis of accounting that we're trying to run the federal government on, to the accrual basis that you need to be on without being indicted for securities fraud if you're a publicly traded company. And that's, where the rubber hits the ground. If you look at the article today by Paul Krugman, that liberal, in the Times, he's saying, here are these conservatives, they're still yelling about we're addicted to inflation. Where's the inflation? We don't see it. Look at that Rick Santelli. He was outed by that guy Leisman saying you have failed in all your projections. Where's the inflation? Well, where are you going to get the inflation if we're hiding real numbers? This is the problem. No one wants to focus on accounting. They all want to talk about accountability, transparency, independence, but when are we going to get a good set of books? And if you keep disguising your unfunded liabilities, whether you're the federal government or the states, sooner or later you got to pay for it. So you can't measure inflation because we keep putting the real numbers off the books, figuring the next generation is going to pay for it. That's basically the theme of my speech. And let me tell you, Curtis, it was received so well. You can't believe the complimentary emails I received after I came back. I'm going to get them together and read them to you on a future show. So people are onto it, but they just don't know what to do about it. And just to set the tone for your segment here, let me just read you a little something from the weekly wastebasket of an organization like mine. It's called Taxpayers for Common Sense. Great title, Taxpayers for Common Sense. And here it concludes his weekly statement here, my friend Steve Ellis. Unfortunately, the political paralysis of Congress has become a maxim in Washington, and it has real costs. Congress's general inability to set spending priorities through the regular order of hearings and votes makes it even more difficult to tackle systemic problems like the accounting system, like the convoluted and inefficient tax code. Barely able to agree on even temporary fixes, Congress lurches from one budget crisis to another, some of their own making, like the current transportation bill. So, everybody is claiming, or at least is sounding the alarm. And you might say, Joe, why aren't you quitting? Well, I got to Congress in 1984, on the issue of fiscal responsibility. Wrote the book in 1992, updated it in 2000 when I ran for the U.S. Senate, and now with Truth in Government, as a concerned citizen, I need to keep going until the country wakes up that it's basic accounting that is not allowing us to function. There it is.
And I didn't answer the question, why don't you quit? I know why you don't quit, Joe, because you're a patriot. You're a true patriot. You love your country more than any other specific party or faction or anything else. And that's why we're proud to have you here, Joe, and I truly mean that.